Hi guys, welcome to Placement Wala YouTube channel. This is Shagnik and I am up with another video in our series of solving aptitude questions for TCS NQT. Today we will be tackling a few quantitative aptitude questions. So without wasting much time, let's begin with our video. So this is question 1. Try to solve it by yourselves first, then we would be solving it together. Hope you all have tried to solve the question by yourselves. Let's see what the question says. When the list price of an article is fixed at 30% above the cost price and while selling the same, it is subject to a discount of X percent. The profit percentage is 80% of that when the list price is fixed at 25% above cost price and the discount is 16%. What is the value of X? Okay, so the question says that we have two different list prices and two different selling prices. For the first case, the list price is fixed at 30% above the cost price and the selling price is calculated by providing a discount of X percent. So let's say this is case 1. And for the second case, we have list price fixed at 25% above the cost price and a discount of 16% is given over the list price to create the selling price. So let's say this is case 2. Now it is said that the profit percentage of case 1 is 80% of that in case 2. Thus, let's say profit percent in case 1 is equal to 80% of case 2. Hope you all got it. Now, before we move on to the solution, let's first understand a few terms that have been given in the question. First is the list price. So list price is something which is calculated over the cost price using this formula. Cost price into 1 plus some percentage P divided by 100. So list price is nothing but the MRP that you see over the label of any item that you buy. Next is selling price. So selling price can sometimes be calculated using the formula same as list price when there is no concept of discount, but when there is a concept of discount, then we use this formula for calculating selling price. Selling price equal to list price into 1 minus some discount percentage divided by 100. So what we do is we have some cost price, we add up some percentage to create the list price and then provide some discount percent and subtract it from the list price to get the selling price. The items in sale that we buy are generally calculated using this method. Next, the last term that has been used is profit percent. I hope all of you know this. Profit percent can be calculated as the ratio of selling price minus cost price by cost price into 100%. So if you all got this, so we would be moving on to the solution now. Now, as we have been told that the profit percent of case 1 is 80% of that of case 2, so we would be handling case 2 first. So before we start solving for case 2, let's say our cost price is 100. I am taking this as 100 because most of the percentages that we see here can be easily calculated if we take cost price as 100. No matter what you take, the answer would be same. So for case 2, we have list price for case 2 equal to 100 into 1 plus we are 25% above CP, so 25 by 100, which comes out to be 125. Next is selling price for case 2. Selling price equal to list price into 1 minus discount percent, which is 16 divided by 100. So it comes out to be 125 into 84 divided by 100. Now if we cancel it by 25, 25 fours are 100, 25 fives are 125, and then we divide it by 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 ones are 4. So our selling price comes out to be 105. Now profit percent for case 2 comes out to be 105 minus cost price 100 divided by cost price into 100%, which comes out to be 5%. Now, from the discussions that we made earlier, we know that profit percent for case 1 equal to profit percent for case 2 into 80%, which is equal to 5 into 80 by 100. So 0, 0 cancelled, 5 twos are 10, 4 twos are 8, which is equal to 4. Thus, profit percent for case 1 is 4%. Now, everything for case 2 is done. Let's move on to case 1 and get a required answer. So, now for case 1, we have list price equal to 100 into, we have list price fixed at 30% above cost price. So 1 plus 30 by 100, which is equal to 130. The selling price for case 1 can be calculated as 130 into 1 minus x by 100, as we have x% discount provided. So we have 130 into 100 minus x by 100. So 1010 can be cancelled, which is equal to 13 by 10 into 100 minus x. Now we can calculate the profit percent. Profit percent for case 1 equal to selling price, which is 13 by 10 into 100 minus x minus cost price 100 divided by cost price into 100%. So 100 cancelled, which is equal to 13 by 10 into 100 minus x minus 100, and that is equal to 4. As we calculated earlier, we know that profit percent for the first case would be equal to 4%. Now this equals to 1300 minus 13x minus 1000 equal to 40. 10 left. Okay. Now we have 300 minus 13x equal to 40. Now if we simplify it, we have 13x equal to 260, which implies x equal to 20%. So the required value of x comes out to be 20%, which is option C. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to our next question. So take a pause and try to solve the question by yourself. Hope you all have tried to solve the question by yourself. Let's see what the question says. The ratio of the average speeds of two sprinters A and B is 8:7 in a racing track. If B starts at a distance 2 meters ahead of A, at what distance in meters from the starting point of B would A catch up with B? Okay, so we need to find the distance from starting point of B. Okay, before that, let's visualize what the question says. So this is the racing track, and let's say this is the meeting point C. Now B starts somewhere here ahead of A, Thus, the distance between A and B at the starting is 2 meters. Also, let the distance from B to C be y meters. So the distance of A to C becomes y plus 2 meters. Got it? Now, we need to find this distance, that is the distance between B and the meeting point C, where A would catch up with B. So we have been given the ratio of their speeds and the gap with which they start. So here is a catch, while taking the value or the this y value that we are taking, we could have also taken A to C as y. Then in that case, B to C would have been y minus 2. But I took it as B to C as y because here it has been told that we need to find the distance from the starting point of B. Thus, whenever we would be solving the equations, we would see that we are getting the value of y. So we can use that value directly to point out our correct option. But when we would be using A to C as y, in that case, what we have to do after we get the value of y, we have to subtract it with 2 and then we would get our answer. And this step may go out of our mind and that could lead us to a wrong answer. So better we use B to C as y and A to C as y plus 2. Now, one essential thing that the question uses is, we know that speed is equal to distance by time. Now, here we can see that the speeds are different. Also, the distances from the starting point to the end are different for the two runners or the athletes. One is y plus 2 and one is y. The speed is variable and distance is also variable. Only constant here is time. So, if we take it like t is equal to distance by speed, in that case, for the two athletes or sprinters, we can equate this, we can calculate this portion and then equate it with one another because we know that time is constant. So using this concept, we can write for B, we have T is equal to distance by speed. Okay, so we have ratio as 8 is to 7. So in that case, let speed of AB 8x and speed of B be 7x. Thus, for B we have time equal to y by 7x and for A we have time equal to y plus 2 by 8x. Now, these two can be equated as time is constant here. So, we can write y by 7x equal to y plus 2 by 8x. X would be cancelled from both sides. After cross multiplying, we get 8y equal to 7y plus 14, which implies that y equal to 14. So, our required answer is 14 meters, which is option B. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to our next question. So, try to solve the question by yourself first, then we would be solving it together. Hope you all have tried to solve it by yourselves. Let's see what the question says. A sales representative's commission is 6% on all sales up to rupees 15,000 and 5% on all sales exceeding this. He remits rupees 47,350 to his company after deducting his commission. What were the total sales? Okay. So the question says that, let's say the uh, salesman or the sales representative earns uh, earns an amount of 30,000. Now this 30,000 would be divided into two slabs, one up to 15,000 and the other above it. That is the first 0 to 15,000 and the remaining 15,000, that is 16,000 to 30,000. So this part would have a commission of 6%, while the remaining part would have a commission of 5%. Hope you all got it. After this, it is said that he delivers 47,350 to his company after deducting his commission. Let's say he has some amount in sales. Now he divides it into slabs, one of 15,000 and the other of total amount minus 15,000. Now this would have a commission of 6% and this would have a commission of 5%. Now, after deducting all the commissions, you would be left with some amount, and this is given as 47,350. Got it? So we have to find what were the total sales. Now, to approach this question, we can do two things. One, we would take an arbitrary value. Let's say we take an arbitrary sales of 1 lakh. Then we would be calculating the commissions on this amount and then subtract the commission amount from the given amount to get the uh, amount that he remits to company. Okay, this can be one process, and then this amount would be equated with the actual value, which is 47,350, and we can use unitary method over it to get the unitary value and then multiply with it with 1 lakh or the arbitrary value that we take to get the final result. So this would give us an approx value. Okay. Then we have to see which value is from the option is closest to the approx value. So this is one way, and another way is to check each options by themselves. So we would be taking up one option at a time and then calculate the commissions on it. After that, we would deduct the commission from the actual value and then try to and then see whether it is equal to the given value or not. If it equals, then that would be the correct answer. So we would be taking up approach 2 for our case, but both approaches are fine to use. So we would be taking up option A first, which is 50,000. So 50,000 would be divided into two slabs, one of 15,000 and the other of remaining 35,000. So this is 5% and this is 6%. So if we calculate the commission, we have 15,000 into 6 by 100. So two zeros would be cancelled. 15 6 are 90. So 900 is the commission in this case. And for this case, we would have 35,000 into 5 by 100. Two zeros would be cancelled. And then we have 5 zeros are 0, 5 5s are 25, 2 carried, 5 3s are 15 to 17. 1750. Now we calculate the total commission. 0, 5, 7 5 12, 1 carried, 2. So 2250. Now we subtract it from 50,000 to get the amount he remits to the company. 2250. So that would be 0. This would be 5. Then this would be 9 minus 2, 7. And 2250, 0, 5, 9 minus 2, 7. Okay, some mistake is there. So 0, 5, okay, 9 7 16 and 1 carat 2650. So this would be 2650 to 0 5, and that would be equal to 3. That would be 3, and this would be 9 minus 2 7, and this remains 4. So 47,350 is what we get after deducting the commission, and that is equal to the given value. Hence, option A is our correct option. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to question 4. So this is a question from statistics. Try to solve it by yourselves first, then we would be solving together. Hope you all have tried to solve the question by yourselves. Let's see what the question says. With the symbols having their usual meanings, the mean of the data given below is 39.2. Okay, so for this data, we have mean as 39.2. So as you can see, we have data points and their corresponding frequencies given. So only one frequency is missing here, and that is what we need to find. Let's say this frequency is X. So for these cases, we need to find the mean. For this kind of data, we can find the mean by using this formula: I equal to 1 to n xi into fi divided by I equal to 1 to n fi. It is nothing but nothing different. It is similar to what we use for calculating means. Just this portion is the total value. We can find the total value by multiplying the data item with their frequency, obviously, and the below portion is the total frequency or the total number of items that we have. So that's it, nothing much fancy. So for our case, we can calculate it as 36 into 10 plus 40 into 13 plus 35 into 12 plus 44x, and in denominator we have 10 plus 13 plus 12 plus x, and this would be equal to 360 plus 13 fours are 52, 520 plus 12 fives are 60, 6 carried, 12 threes are 36, and 642 plus 44x. And here we have 13 plus 12, 25 plus 10, 35 plus x. And we can add them up now. We have 0, 0, 0, then 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 10, 1 caret, 4, 1, 5, 5, 10, 3, 13 plus 44x by 35 plus x equal to 39.2. Here you can take help of calculator. As you know, in TCS calculator is provided, but remember, don't use it very frequently. Try to use as less as you can, because the calculator there that is provided takes much time to solve. So better try avoiding the calculator as much as possible. So 35 into 39.2, 1372. So 1300 plus 44x equal to 1372 plus 39.2, 39.2x, and this can be equated as 1300 would go on that side and 39 would come here. 44 minus 39.2, that would be equal to 4.8x. 1372 minus 1300, this would be equal to 72. Then x equal to 72 into 10 by 48. we cut it by 6, 8 6 are 48, 6 1 are 6, 6 2 are 12, we divide it by 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12, then 5 2s are 10, so x comes out to be 15. So our required answer is 15, which is option C. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to question 5. So it is another statistics question. Here the question demands what is the mean deviation from the median of the given data below. So we need to find the mean deviation from the median of the given data. To find the median, first we need to arrange the data. We'll be arranging it in ascending order. First is 24, then is 34, 28, 34, then we have 46, then we have 48. So median is the middle point, which would come out to be the middle of 34 and 46, which can be calculated as 34 plus 46 by 2, which would come out to be 40. Okay. Now to calculate mean deviation, we can use a formula deviation d equal to summation over I equal to 1 to n mod of median minus the data point divided by total number of elements that we have. So for our case, we can calculate it as mod of 40 minus 28 plus mod of 40 minus 34 plus mod of 40 minus 46 plus mod of sorry, mod of 40 minus 48 divided by 4, which comes out to be 12 plus 40 minus 34 6 plus 46 minus 46 plus 8 by 4, which is equal to 12 plus 8 20, 20 plus 6 26 plus 6 32 by 4, which is equal to 8. So our required answer is 8, which is option D. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to the next question. This is a question from the mensuration section. Try to solve it by yourself first, then we will be solving it together. Hope you all have tried to solve the question by yourself. Let's see what the question says. The total surface area of a solid hemisphere is 75 times the area of a circle whose diameter is 6. What is the radius in centimeter of the hemisphere? Okay, so we have diameter. Now to get radius, we can divide it by 3. And before we form the equation, we should know that the total surface area of a solid hemisphere is calculated as 3 pi r square, and the area of circle is given as pi r square. Now it is said that the total surface area of the hemisphere is equal to 75 times the area of the circle. So we can write it as 3 pi r square equal to 75 into pi into 3 square, as we have calculated the radius as 3. So now you can cancel out the pi from both sides, 3 from 1 3 from both sides, and we have r square equal to, now 75 can be written as 25 into 3, and we have a 3 here. So we can write r square as, we know that 25 is equal to 5 square into 3 square. So we have r equal to 5 into 3, and that is equal to 15. So The radius of the hemisphere is 15 centimeter, which is option A. Hope you all got it. Let's move on to question 7. So this is a question from time and work portion. It says A takes 10 days less than B to complete a work, and together they can do it in 12 days. In how many days can B alone do the work? Okay, so we have been given that together they can do the work in 12 days, and A takes 10 days less than B to do the work. So let's say A takes X days to do the work and B takes Y days to do the work. Thus, A can do 1 by X of the work in 1 day and B can do 1 by Y of the work in 1 day. Now, A and B can together do 1 by X plus 1 by Y amount of work in 1 day, which is equal to X plus Y by X into Y. And we have been given that they can together do the work in 12 days. So we can equate it like this: 1 by X plus Y by XY. This gives us that A and B can together do the work in how many days? And this is equal to 12. We have X, Y by X plus Y equal to 12. Also, it has been said that A takes 10 days less than B to complete a work. So, X would be equal to, sorry, B's work minus 10. So, we can equate it like Y minus 10 into Y by Y minus 10 plus Y equal to 12. And we can write it like Y square minus 10Y equal to 12 to the 24Y minus 120. So it can be written as Y square equal to minus Y square minus 34Y plus 120 equal to 0. Now I am erasing this portion. Now we can factorize 120 to get the prime factors: 120, 60, 230, then we have 215 and 5 and 3. From here we can see that 5 3s are 15 and 15, 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 30, and this one is 4. So 30 plus 4, 34. Now we can write Y square minus 30Y minus 4Y plus 120 is equal to 0. This implies that Y minus 30 into Y minus 4 equal to 0. This implies that Y can either be 30 or 4. Now, Y cannot be 4 because if we take Y as 4, then X comes out to be 4 minus 10, which is minus 6, and number of days can never be negative, hence 4 cannot be the value of Y. So the value of Y comes out to be 30, hence we can do the work alone in 30 days, which is option C. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to question 8. So this is the last question for the day. Let's do it together. So here it is said that Raju lends rupees 3000 to Bharat and a certain sum to Charan at the same time at 6% per annum simple interest. If after 5 years Raju altogether receives rupees 1650 as interest from Bharat and Charan. So what is the sum lent to Charan? Okay. So here it is said that Raju lends certain sum, Raju lends 3000 to Bharat and a certain sum, let's say X or let's say P to Charan. Okay. The amount is lent to both of them at 6% interest per annum interest, and also the time period is fixed for 5 years. Thus for both of them the time period and the interest rates are same. Also, as you know that simple interest can be calculated as P R T by 100, where P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest, and T is the time. So for each Bharat and Charan, we can calculate the simple interest. So for Bharat, simple interest would be equal to 3000 into rate of interest is 6 and term is 5 years divided by 100. Now we can cancel out two zeros. We have 6 5 is 30, 30 into 30 is 900. And for Charan, simple interest can be calculated as P, as we don't know the principal amount, and rate of interest is 6, term is 5 divided by 100. Now if we cancel it out, we have 20, 10 and 3, which is equal to P into 3 by 5, sorry, 10 into 3 by 10. Okay. Now it says that Raju altogether receives 1650 from both Charan and Bharat at the end of 5 years. So, and Bharat gets 900 as the simple interest as we calculate. So, from Charan, Raju receives 1650 minus 900 as the interest, which comes out to be 5. Sorry, and 16 minus 9 is 7. So, 750 is the interest for Charan. So, we can equate these two. We get P equal to 750 into 10 by 3. We can cancel it out. 3 2s are 6, 1 5 15 5 0, which comes out to be 2500. So Raju lends rupees 2500 to Charan, which is option A is the correct answer. Hope you all got the logic. So this was the last question for the day. So thank you for being till last. If you like the video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel for more such content. And for today, please